Hello, everybody. Captain Marty Brill here. It's Friday. The weekend is upon us. There's a lot to talk about on the fishing front, and I'll be back to do that in just a moment. Hey, y'all. Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine, repair, or repower, I send them to the best in the business, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Belhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Honda outboard dealer. Honda motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock safely and quickly. Ratcliffe Marine is best known as the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Honda service, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264, Belhaven.
Hi, I'm LB Daniels, and when you want great local seafood, you go to Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. How do I know it's great? My daddy is one of the fishermen that brings it to the docks. At Fresh Catch Seafood, you will get local seafood right from their fish house. They are a family-owned business that knows the name of every fisherman that comes to their docks. Visit their social media pages to see the latest catches. My daddy would love to put his tuna on your dinner plate, so get it now from Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese.
Well, we've been pretty lucky this week on the weather for the most part. Sure did feel good yesterday. It's nice and cool. Made me thinking a little bit about deer season. We'll start out with our offshore report down in Hatteras. Mostly blackfin tuna with a few mahi. I'm going to tell you, to me, the mahi or dolphin fishing is way slower than it should be. I've heard there's not a lot of grass, sargasso weed out there, but if you can find an old log barnacled up or a pallet, a load mat, or anything floating, it's holding dolphin. That's what they do. They hang around stuff that floats on the surface, but they're not very big, and I'm not seeing a lot of the gaffers. It's a peculiar year for species in the Gulf Stream off the Outer Banks, I think. But they had the blackfin tuna, a few mahi. They've been catching averaging 1 or 2 wahoo per boat per day, and a very scattered billfish that would be either a sailfish or a blue marlin. Inshore, I did not have a report. Again, there's not a lot going on down there, but they were catching some ribbon fish. They were catching some roaming schools of drum, Spanish mackerel and bluefish, and a few king mackerel, although I had no report actually from yesterday. The Oregon Inlet Fleet, I did talk to some folks that fished yesterday, and they had mixed yellowfin tuna, and I tell you, they had more blackfin tuna than yellowfin. Of course, this is not the time of year. It's actually the dead worst time of year for yellowfin tuna, but there's still a few being caught. There's been a couple of really big ones, over 100 pounds. You had that going on. There's the same thing with the mahi. If you found something floating, you made your day. I saw one boat snapped a picture of a big old barnacled up load mat. And let me tell you, when you're a captain, as I was for many years, you look out there and you see something like that, and generally speaking, it always holds dolphin or mahi, and your day is made. But it's like looking for needles in a haystack, and it's why you strain your eyes so much all day long for that one little thing to make your day. Inshore, they had ribbon fish, Spanish mackerel, bluefish, and a few drum. And we also had, there's been a scattered cobia around, and our neighbors to the north up at Virginia Beach, they've been having some pretty fair cobia fishing. I'm thinking that must mean they're coming out of the bay and getting ready to move back down to our area, so may want to be aware of that. As far as other inshore fish, there's several things going on at Oregon Inlet. They've been doing real well on ribbon fish, Spanish mackerel, that's typical summertime fare, some bluefish, and there have been a few more schools of big drum that are cruising in and out of the inlet. So there's enough to keep everybody occupied for that. On the piers, it's the summer mix that we've been talking about. There have been a few big king mackerel caught from I call them the experts on the end of the pier, that it's really a tough thing to do to catch a big king off the pier, but it's also fun to go out there and watch, even if you're not fishing. That's what generally the guys on the very end of the pier are looking for, the biggest fish: cobia, tarpon, king mackerel, drum, and there have been a few drum caught off the piers as well. Surf fishing, summertime mix featuring a few pompano and a few nice sized pompano too. That's supposedly one of the best eating fish in the ocean, but I've never eaten one, so I don't really know, but that's what everyone keeps telling me, people that would know. Spot, croaker, sea mullets, black drum, small black drum, and if you got your metal lures on, Spanish mackerel and bluefish. On a gotcha plug is a choice there. So nothing's changed in that report. I'm going to take a break. And then I'll be right back to talk to you about the backcountry and to talk to you about how you can fish in a tournament yourself coming up.
Welding. It's ultimately the use of lightning to fuse metals and steel together, and at Wanchi's Metalworks, that's what they do best. Specializing in marine fabrication and repair on sport and commercial fishing vessels, Wanchi's Metalworks does fuel tank fabrication, rod racks, rocket launchers, T-tops, towers, struts, rudders, trim tabs, and green sticks, just to name a few. They also do interior and exterior handrails and stainless kitchen work too. Whether it's MIG, TIG, or arc welding, Wanchi's Metalworks does it all. They're the realest of the real when it comes to metal and steel. Wanchi's Metalworks, 102 CB Daniels Road, Wanchi's.
All right, in the backcountry, it's getting a little pickier, but there's still plenty of drum to be caught. Some people would be listening and say, man, he's crazy. It's great drum fishing. Well, it is for some. You got to really be on your game. You got to know where those sloughs are. And there is a wide variety of sizes. We're seeing more fish in the slot, meaning in that length that you can keep one per person and take one home for dinner. So that's kind of a good thing. There's also bluefish in the sound, especially in the Hatteras fleet. There is, what else have we got here on my list? A few black drum, and then anywhere you can find structure, of course, the sheephead we've been talking about all summer. But the main thing that's in the sound right now is shrimp. There is a ton of shrimp. This is the peak of our shrimp season, and these fish are filling up on them. So this would be a great time to go to one of your fish markets, like Fresh Catch in Wanchi's or Insane Seafood over in Stumpy Point, and bulk buy some heads on shrimp, head them, and freeze them yourself. You won't beat the price, I promise you that. And finally, as promised, the first annual Gibbs Shoal Fishing Tournament in Englehart is coming up on Saturday, August the 31st. Now here's the deal. Englehart is west of Dare County, I guess, west of Mans Harbor and Mania, about 50 miles. And the Gibbs Shoal is in a famous old shoal right offshore of Englehart. The Englehart Volunteer Fire Department is a group of mostly younger guys now that are trying to raise money for an underfunded fire department, and this is their first stab at doing a tournament, and it's a angler's tournament, so you pay per angler. It's $100 to enter. That's a donation to the fire department. And then there's 3 categories: drum, trout, and sheephead. And each of those categories has 3 cash awards: $1,000, $500, and $250. So it's pretty interesting, and if you really want to find out more about it, just go on Facebook, put in there the first annual Gibbs. Well, actually, you can Google it anywhere on your phone. The first annual Gibbs Shoal Fishing Tournament, and you will find out more about that tournament. So that's what's happening. We're looking forward to that. I'll be at that tournament as the weighmaster, and if you're over in this neck of the woods in Hyde County, be sure to stop by Mattamuskeet High School, which is where the weigh station will be. And the only rule really about the tournament, you have to launch or fish from the shore in mainland Hyde County. Once you launch in Hyde County, you can go anywhere. So keep all that in mind. I hope you're having a great day and enjoying the weather like I am. And I'll let you know if anything changes. Thanks for joining us.